Right guys, welcome to the channel. I'm going to have a look at a post, and it's about, do you think somebody that could do that is a stupid person? Somebody that could do that painting would be stupid. I don't think so either. But there's a retired police officer who thinks I'm stupid. But what we'll try and do is do a quick video here, and we are talking, and this could be an option for videoing actually. We'll go out and video this. I think it's the A84 or 5, can't remember. It's out at calendar. Now there's the Police Scotland are, the post is on Facebook, and they are putting a police safety camera unit on there because there's been accidents, there's been deaths, there's been stuff happened there, and so that's what their proposal is, to put a police safety camera unit on, and they've done this on Facebook. So there's been quite a lot of arguments about it. I've had people, we'll deal with Dean Southgate another time, but we're going to deal with George Reid at the moment. And the reason I'm naming him is, he says he's a police officer. So let's go and have a look, and I'll show you what the problem is. Right, so we've got an answer there that we're going to send. I've typed out, and the reason we're videoing this is because well, I don't think he's going to block me. So this is the art of debate, but don't push people too far. So basically what we're looking at here is Police Scotland safety cameras post. Mobile safety camera to commence enforcement A84 near to Naiad Farm, Blair Drummond. Right, so there's been quite a lot of, hoo-ha here, there, but George Reid, we're looking at him just now. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I think we need to take it from the start. What we'll do is we'll send that now, right? But we better look at the comments, because some of these characters, they don't like being shown up, so they do block you. So we'll just look at that then now. So view previous replies. So there's quite a lot of replies on here. So Sean, let's just go over it all. Sean Rankin, just stick to the speed limits and there's nothing to worry about. Alan, just stick to your speed limit where the sun does not shine, even though you may think it might. George Reid, now this is the guy. What a stupid, ignorant comment to make. Stick to limits that the rest of us abide by. So he's calling this guy stupid. George Reid works at Police Scotland, Fife. This guy here. Right, so it's not just me he's calling stupid. You'll see that in a minute. That's him there. So he's calling this member of the public, because he doesn't agree with him, stupid and ignorant. So I says to George Reid, unfortunately Scottish Government and local councils have decided that motorists are a cash cow, to be milked, setting unreasonably low speeds so they can be a cash cow in automated systems. When there is no equity, people will react negatively, and we are not even talking about the damage to the economy due to increased travel costs. Does that sound stupid to you? Well, George Reid comes back. What absolute rubbish. Right, so we can see this guy's not really, I don't know what sort of policeman he was, but obviously not a very good one. I take it from your comment that you condone breaking the law, that the more responsible drivers abide by. The whole reason for speed restrictions is to try and prevent unnecessary deaths on our road. Or is that of no significance to you? In 2024, over 1,600 people were killed on our roads, and the number injured was in the thousands, all of which was completely unnecessary and avoidable. George Reid, I answered. Lucinda Ferguson answers. I agree. The government should fix the roads using decent road engineering. Spend the money from where it's actually been stolen, taken from, and fixing the crumbling infrastructure. What a joke, sticking plaster speed cameras. What a joke sticking plaster, speed cameras are. Who would agree that's a good idea? Maybe only on a very temporary basis. Other than that, They are a dereliction of duty from governmental responsibilities. I believe we have the lowest rates of deaths per mile for a long time, but I am sure you will know the answer to that. Fortunately, our modern life depends on rapid transportation, and the motor car is simply not possible to have a zero-risk life. Don't make it... So he comes back. Don't make yourself out to be any more stupid than you appear. And I notice you've omitted to answer my questions. I don't think that's a stupid comment. Does anybody here think that's a stupid comment? What questions? He hasn't asked me any questions. It's not a question. He's called me stupid. He's called the other guy ignorant. So that's quite a reasonable answer. I agree with him. So then I go, I assume you have heard of the term projection, because if you haven't, I suggest you go look it up. He's projecting himself at someone that's been stupid. If the limits were sensible, everybody would stick to them. They are politically motivated, not safety related. So George comes back. You still haven't answered my questions, and my views are based on 33 years as a police officer and having been the first on scene of more fatal road accidents than I care to think about. Most, if not all, as a result of excessive speed. What experience do you base your stupid comments on? So that's 3 times he's called me stupid and the other guy. I bet he wouldn't have done that when he was in the police force. He would have been thrown out. So my reply, and I've just sent it. My, inverted commas, stupid ideas are based on research from Belfast and Warwick universities, but you seem to have moved to discussing all speed limits. But it doesn't get away from the fact that roads that are dangerous require re-engineering. So I'm sure with your experience, you have seen this happen. So he's completely... I'll try and keep my emotions out of this. We'll just stick to the facts. So we'll not really say too much about this George Reid. It's quite unusual to come across somebody who's a police officer. Well, he says he's a serving police officer. So we'll have a look and see. Is he a serving police officer? That's doubtful. So we'll have a look. So this thing, it doesn't work out that well when you're doing this because you can't exactly see. But never mind, we'll have a video about that later. So we're looking at George Reid. Let's have a look at his profile. It's quite a common name, George Reid. My grandmother's. So there he is, super Robocop. What? Robocop. Aye. So he thinks he's on top of the police force and he's got all the power. I don't have any power. He's the one. He's the man. George, you're the man. Robocop. God, does she look happy? She's just hanging on there for the pension. Never mind. George Reid. So, I don't think it's cool to call people stupid, especially when I'm not actually all that sure. These, the police force is, jeez, right. So it's all fluffy, yeah. But it's alright for you to call me stupid because you don't know me, yeah. So my opinion's obviously because I don't agree with you, it means I'm stupid, George, right? So, aye, he's maybe right, maybe I am stupid. Works at Police Scotland, Fife. Is it alright to actually... works. Former. I got it. When you look at that picture, you get the feeling he's retired, don't you? There's no right-minded serving police officer would call a member of the public stupid. And not just me, other people that are commenting on this. There's nobody else would do that. I think he deserves this. I don't know how many people will watch this, maybe nobody will even notice it. But I think this is going to be put on. And I think this is appalling. That somebody who is supposed to serve the public can behave like that and disregard the public's opinions on and populate a post on Facebook by Police Scotland We know are a corrupt organisation. He really should get out of it. Go and take his woman somewhere. You know, she'll. I mean, she's an equity waiter, isn't she? She's waiting for the equity. I mean, because this guy's going to be quite well off because he's he's a retired police. I think he's retired. Look at the age of him. He's not a serving police officer, my arse, and he wouldn't be behaving like this either. Your up-to-date police officers would be cringing at this, that this guy's going on calling people stupid like that. So he's from Kinross, he's married. So he works at Informa. That doesn't really mean anything, does it? So it's all. So he's worried about dementia. He's maybe got it already. Walk a day. It's all virtue signalling type. Can you stick to the facts? That's his pals. They're all dinosaurs. You know, you might as well just phone up Dignitas right now. You know, you're sitting there with your police pension. He's probably got a Tesla. I don't think so. They're not all that daft. Best sandwich on the planet. So he's been away getting sandwiches somewhere. Very relaxing. I'm trying not to get annoyed at this guy because at the end of the day, how does he know what my experience is? How does he know? I've held my dead baby in my arms. He doesn't know that. That's none of his business. And I don't really normally tell people that. But how do you know? When you come across somebody, you can't call them stupid. So he's superior. Oh, he's a COVID. Yeah, and we know who the asshole is. She's got a granddaughter. Yeah, so have I. Yeah. Well done, you. I'm sure things worked out fine for you. But so he's agreeing with me as well with this. He's a British citizen. He's not a nat. Well, normally the police are. So there's not really much to be seen here, but I would advise police officers to stay off Facebook. And that includes them pushing government propaganda, is what he's doing here. He's pushing government propaganda when he should really be away out in his garden doing gardening. You know, you shouldn't be out shared Kinross, somebody's stolen a motorbike. That's Pennon, Aberdeenshire. It's near Gamery, Gardenstown, Banff, Bucky, Portsoy. Well, I'd agree with that one as well. Truckers' lives matter. Let's see who will repost. They get treated like shit as well, and they're getting replaced by robots. Scam alert! Oh, George, you should be warning us about the Police Scotland's scams and the government scams, but you're pushing all that, aren't you? Right, so I think we've seen enough of this guy. He's a virtue signalling old fart, really, I suppose. Like me, I'm an old fart as well. So, right. There he is. There's George Reid. Thinks I'm stupid. Thinks everybody's stupid. Nobody else has suffered like he has. Nobody else has seen people dying. Nobody else has seen death and destruction on the roads. Not like him. He's seen it all. So we don't have any opinions. And we should keep our opinions to our stupid selves. So that's George. Right? So I think that's all we can really do at the moment with this. So we'll see what happens. We won't post this until it's over. I don't think he's going to block me. We'll deal with Dean Southgate later. I don't know why he's been so condescending. I don't know why he's called me stupid 3 times and this other guy stupid. That is most unprofessional. And just because you are retired or you work at Police Scotland, if you worked at Police Scotland, I'll be putting a complaint in about you that you're on this public forum pushing your ideas and you are crushing dissenting voices by claiming they're stupid. Right, so that's what I'll be doing. But I doubt you work for Police Scotland. I don't think so. That's not possible. So it's highly doubtful that guy works for Police Scotland. Very unlikely. But we'll see what he comes back with. We'll have a look at the other one. So what my objection to is here is we've got Facebook and we've got public posts, so that you and me and everybody else should be able to come along and put our opinions on. And he's allowed to put his opinion on. But if he works for Police Scotland, that's not right. He shouldn't be putting his opinions on because he's pushing government propaganda. He's not the worst one. Dean Southgate is the worst one. But George Reid would appear to be a real man, a real person, whereas this Dean Southgate is probably a fake name. But what I'll do is I'll read out what I'm talking about. Hang on. So this is the answer. I don't know, I'll find it. Right, it's do you have to fucking put Donald in it? You haven't answered my question. Are you part of sus trans? And this, in George's case, we know he isn't, but this is really the answer for Dean. Oh well, it does continue. I wrote this down earlier, by the way. Scottish Government, comma, local council, comma, or police nudge unit, question mark. As you are on here constantly spreading misinformation which aligns perfectly with these organisations' political views. We need to get that picture sent off. I went and got rid of all my cardboard. So there you go, guys. That's as far as we're going to go with this for now. We'll wait and see what he says. We're going to hit Dean Southgate with that probably tonight. My internet failed last night. It was hopeless. I don't know what happened, but so we're going to carry on with this later. So thanks for watching so far. Bye. Okay then, hi guys. Right, okay then. A lot of comments came in, I'll have to deal with them, but what we're going to deal with right now is the police officer. It's quite unusual for me to have an argument with a police officer on Facebook. I can only assume that he's retired. He looks like he's retired. He looks older than I do. I feel guilty about naming him like this because he called me stupid 3 times and he's been calling other people stupid as well. So we're going to expose him. So it could be I get arrested for this. Who knows? Well, it could be more likely he's getting arrested for it. You just don't know the way things have gone. I think the police force has changed since he's retired, and I don't think he should be saying he's a police officer. But anyway, we'll just have a look and then we'll wrap it up. He's ignoring me now, so we can move on. So the last comment, so he's been asking me a question. I don't even know what the question is. I'm not exactly sure what question he asked, unless he was getting me mixed up with somebody else. Or there's a question that I'm missing here. So this is police safe. So I think we should go to war on this. Police Scotland safety cameras, on the basis that they're not safe and they're not improving safety. So take it from that point of view. They're wasting our money. They're persecuting motorists when they should be repaired. So in that situation, Blair Drummond. Should we look that up and see what it is? Or do we really want to go on about that too much? Well, yeah, we could have a look. Yeah, let's have a look. Well, here's the link from Police Scotland. So what we're going to do is we're going to go there. This is the 12th of September. It's the 19th today, so. To improve driver behaviour, mobile safety cam forms will commence on 884 near to Naiad Farm, Blair Drummond, on Monday the 15th of September. Right, okay, so it's commencing on Monday. Commence. In light of recent collisions, the East Safety Cam Unit reviewed informs the A4 route and identifies this new location close to Blair Drummond. Police Scotland's safety cameras aim to reduce the number of people injured on our roads through targeted camera enforcement, improving driver behaviour. Michael Grant, East Safety Camera Unit Manager, the Safety Camera Programme Route Strategy enables the East Safety Camera Unit to respond quickly to emerging road safety concerns by adding new camera locations to existing routes. Travelling above the speed limit not only increases the risk of a collision, but also the likelihood of severe injury if a collision occurs. So that's the propaganda. Drivers should be aware that there have been a number of collisions in recent weeks. It's been like that for years. The safety camera van should be a reminder of the importance of travelling within the speed limit for the safety of all our road users. It's a scam, people. It's a scam. That road has been like that for 50 years. And what have they done about it? Nothing. So we are going to go and we're going to video this and we're going to find out what they're doing. Are they going to be there every day? And this is wrong. This is our taxpayers' money that's been used ineffectively when you could have fixed that road years ago. And you don't want to do that, do you? But you don't mind spending money on this crap because the motorist pays for it and the taxpayer. That's an interesting thought, is the freedom of information and could ask a question about the 20 zones, but we get lost, of course. But so I've searched Naiad Farm, Blair Drummond. Let's so there's Naiad Farm there. So I think we'll go there on. Well, we've got a backup plan. We could go there. Let's think about this. Maybe go there on Monday or Tuesday. So Naiad Farm. Let's have a look. Where's Blair Drummond exactly? Not exactly sure. Ochter, Tyre, Gilliland. Oh, there's it there. There's it there. Blair Drummond. Right. So it's a long straight bit of road. So it's an opportunity for you to overtake, get a bit of speed up. But no, the Green Communists don't want you getting anywhere fast. So that's Blair Drummond there. Safari Park. I was thinking it was closer to the Safari Park. That's just cash cow. That total cash cow. You know, they could do something on the road, put a bridge in there or something like that. Could have done that years ago. Done something. So there's obviously traffic coming out or something there that's causing an accident. So I'll get quite a lot of knockback from NIMBYs because they don't. Oh wait a minute, there's Deanston. That's where my ancestors come from, in Doon. Right. I'm going the wrong way here. Look, no, that's back to Stirling. Oh right, well, you're way miles away now, you idiot. Right. I went and lost the plot here. Yeah, I mean, it's not far from Stirling. I went away the wrong way there. I apologise. So it's only just there's that's Forth. That's where the Prue is. That's where Kildene Services is, right there. That's where Kildene Karen caught me. So all we've got to do is drive along there. It's not that far, and we'll do a bit of videoing. So Blair Drummond's a bit. So this is before. This is before. Okay, right. We get the picture. Right. That's where we're going. Okay. So here's this is on this page. This is all the comments. Just stick to your speed limit when the sun does not shine, even though you may think it might. What a stupid, ignorant comment. This is coming from a police officer. Works at Police Scotland, Fife. That's fake news, because you don't work there, do you? You don't fucking work there, do you? You don't. Married. God. What a stupid... Actually, it is a stupid comment, yeah. Stick to limits that the rest of us abide by. So that says... So I've knocked them back. We'll go over this and then we'll end it. Unfortunately, the Scottish Government and local council have decided that motorists are a cash cow to be milked, setting unreasonably low speeds so there can be a cash cow in automated systems. When there is no equity, people react negatively, and we are not even talking about the damage to the economy due to increased travel costs. Well, obviously 20 zones are ridiculous. So George comes back. What absolute rubbish. I take it from your comment you condone breaking the law. So he's got no brains, this guy. The more responsible drivers abide by. So I'm not a responsible driver, so he thinks that I'm irresponsible because I've questioned this. The whole reason for speed restrictions is to try and prevent unnecessary deaths on our road. Or is that of no significance to you? In 2024, over 1,600 people were killed on our roads, and the number injured was in the thousands, all of which was completely unnecessary and avoidable. He's one of these, George, he's one of these zero risk type people. It doesn't work like that, George. Life's not like that. I agree. This is from me. The government should fix the roads using decent road engineering. Spend the money from where it's actually been stolen, taken from, on fixing the crumbling infrastructure. What a joke sticking plaster speed cameras are. Who would agree that's a good idea? Maybe only on a very temporary basis. Other than that, they're a dereliction of duty from governmental responsibilities. I believe we have the lowest rates of death per mile for a long time. But I am sure you will know the answer to that. Fortunately, our modern life depends on rapid transportation, and the motor car is simply not possible to have a zero-risk life. I need to put some commas in there. So that would be his opportunity. Most people you talk to, when you get to that stage, you can kind of agree to disagree sort of thing. But not George. No, not George. No. And this is why I'm putting this up. Works at Police Scotland, Fife, George Reid. Don't make yourself out to be any more stupid than you appear. I mean, that's a shocking thing for a police officer to say to a member of the public. I pay your wages, right? And I've paid your wages. And everybody else has paid your wages. And I notice you have omitted to answer my questions. What questions are you talking about? They're not really questions, are they? I don't really see any questions. Yeah, he hasn't asked me any questions. I couldn't find any. You know, I've been reading this out. Has anybody else spotted any questions? What's it? Is it went back to all comments? It's on all comments, yeah. I assume you have heard of the term projection, because if you haven't, I suggest you look it up. Now, I have a feeling that George, who works at Police Scotland, Fife, didn't look it up. So, if the limits were sensible, I don't know what's happened there. Everybody would stick to them. They are politically motivated, not safety related. So George comes back. George, from representing Police Scotland, Fife. You still haven't answered my questions, and my views are based on 33 years as a police officer, and having been the first on scene of more fatal road accidents than I care to think about, most if not all as a result of excessive speed. Well, when you're speeding, and as in moving fast, and you hit something, yes, it's obviously caused by speed, but it's actually caused by bad driving and bad roads. That's the argument that I'm having, is that the driving skills have dropped, the driving standards have dropped, and your stick and plaster approach that you are enthusing about, George Reid, that works at Police Scotland, Fife, is to put stupid camera safety vans up. I don't even know if they actually work for the police force, these people. You are a complete clown, George. Absolute clown. Right? So I answered them back. This was one day ago, 23 hours. My stupid ideas are based on research from Belfast and Warwick universities, but you seem to have moved to discussing all speed limits. But it doesn't get away from the fact that roads that are dangerous require re-engineering. So I'm sure with your experience you have seen this happen. So I don't think my comments are stupid. I do not think my comments are stupid. His brain is switched off. He's not going to have it at all. He shouldn't be on there. He's saying that he's a police officer with Fife. I don't think he should be on there. I think I could have him. We could probably have him prosecuted. Actually, he should be off of there. His police peer group should be along saying, George, stay off of Facebook because you're not contributing anything on here. And I say, why is this guy on this Police Scotland safety cameras post? Why can us normal members of the public have a right to discuss these things? Or is this vindicates my theory that this is complete government propaganda, and we've got him sitting there, his brain's mushed up with the death he's seen over the last 33 years as his job as a police officer. It wasn't my choice for you to become a police officer, your choice. You wanted to become a police officer. You've seen all that. And now you're taking a moral high ground, thinking you know everything. Well, you don't. You don't know everything. You're retired. You should shut up and let us discuss this as we wish, without being called stupid and ignorant by somebody who clearly is. Also, you are stupid and ignorant. I'm not stupid and ignorant. I don't think I am. I don't think I don't think anybody thinks I'm stupid or ignorant, apart from you. And you also think the other guy's stupid and ignorant. So you're just being a dominant, you're trying to dominate, you're narcissistic is what you're doing. You've got a narcissistic trait. You're pushing your narcissistic traits out and you're not helping, and it's not doing any good. And we're going to go up and have a look at these cameras next week, probably Monday. Right, so thanks for watching. George Reid. Bye. You shouldn't be on here, George. You certainly shouldn't be. You shouldn't be on here. It's unfair what you're doing. It's not right. You work for Police Scotland, Fife. Like all the other police officers, stay off Facebook is my advice. If you're going to be on Facebook, stay away from this crap. You're not doing any good. And it's not right what you're doing. And that's what I believe. And, you know, I think it's wrong. So you should go. Get off of there. Or shut your face is probably best. Right? So you really need to keep. I think he's suffering from PTSD or something, and it's warped his mind. All that stuff that he's seen as his job is up. So you can't really go around shouting at people like that. Nobody knows what I've been through. We don't know what you've been through. Nobody knows. You can't go on like that, saying these things. It's not fair on other people because you're not giving them a chance. You don't know what I've experienced or what I've seen. So you're disrespecting me and my history and my past and my intelligence by what you're saying, George, so you should stop it now, right? So that's George Reid. Thanks for watching. Bye.